Hey, y'all, listen. Happy Thursday. Welcome in the building. It's Trending Topics Thursday. If y'all here hanging out with the Diva, do the Diva a favor. Hit the like button, okay? Hit the like button. Tonight's title is real simple. It's called Justice, okay? It is called Justice. Real simple title called Justice. And we're going to talk about this cop. You know what? Ever since COVID, I think that people have lost their natural mind. Lost their natural mind. There have been, remember during COVID when everything was being done, Zoom and all of that, there's been newscasters that was sitting there telling the news, and they had their top all ready with the tie and the shirt and all that, and then they was in their underwear. Well, this cop appeared to court on Zoom, and he had his uniform up top and he had his underwear on and didn't even think about adjusting his camera. I mean, come on, people. We got to do better. We got to do better. It just don't make no sense. We're going to talk about that particular cop. Then this judge, oh my God. Then this judge, Tiffany Foxworth Roberts. And listen, let's be clear. Before you could be a judge, you had to have gone to law school and passed the bar and all of that. That's a lot of schooling. That's a lot of years in education. I don't know what it is with the people and the lies and the cheating and the stealing. I don't understand it. And listen, there's nobody who's perfect. And I ain't sitting here trying to tell you I'm perfect. But one thing I ain't going to tell you is that they busted up in my little townhouse and they stole $100,000 worth of jewelry. They're going to be like, that don't even make no sense. So this judge, she said she was out campaigning. Somebody robbed her car and they stole $40,000 worth of jewelry. Why would you have $40,000 worth of jewelry in your car? If I may start there. $40,000 worth of jewelry in your car? I got an umbrella in my car right now. And a jean jacket. And I got some cloths to wipe stuff up in case, you know, something happens. I ain't got nothing crazy up in the car. $40,000 worth of jewelry. But they said she also lied about her military service. She said she served in one war, and they said with the time of that war, she would have been 16. Why, when people are running for office or doing things, they embellish, you know, their military time or the fact that they was even in the military? Why are you a whole judge and a criminal lawyer and you lying? That's scary. They want her appoint, her to no longer be a judge. And I'm not mad at the people in this case. And the reason why I'm not mad, if you lying, what are you going to do on that stand? How are you going to be fair to anybody when you a whole alleged liar yourself? No, we need to pull you, or you no longer can be a judge. I don't even know what we're going to qualify you to be. Come on now. I got some napkins up in my car too, and I do have, but I have, you said coconut scent Clorox wipe. I ain't mad at your girlfriend. I got some wipes in my car. They just not Clorox wipes, but I hear you. What kind of shenanigans? $40,000 in your car. Like, we gotta stop the games. What is with the people and the stealing of the money? I don't understand it. You got to get yourself a second or a third job. I don't know what to tell you, but stealing ain't it. We're going to talk about it. And then we're going to talk about the childhood actors and actresses. It's sad when you are on our TV screen for years. I'm talking about the actor that was Darius McCrary, and I hope I'm saying his name right, was on Family Matters. And talking about that's an ironic show for him to be on Family Matters, because all he got is problems regarding the family right now. Got locked up for own child support. Then he was talking all kind of crazy and sideways to the judge. He's always having some type of issues going on. I just wish he go to therapy. And you know what, Eddie? Come on, Eddie on Family Matters. I wish he goes to therapy. Let me tell you something. If I was in the public eye and I was having this much trouble, I would stay up in the therapist's face until I got it right. I would have the therapist on speed dial. I'm about to go to the supermarket right now. I don't want to get in any trouble. I just want to mind my business and go buy my food. How should I handle it? And I let the therapist tell me to stay calm, breathe in, breathe out, count to 10, make a list before you go. If you run into some fans, don't engage that long. Let them snap a picture. You keep it moving, get your food, and you come right back home. Now, I'm not in 100% agreement of locking the person up for back child support. I think it got to be another answer. I don't know about this locking them up. I'm not sure what that resolves. Some of them, when they get locked up, if they have the money, they're forced to pay, I think, the back child support before they can get out. But I'm not quite sure if locking the person up that owes child support is the answer. Should they be paying? Absolutely 100%. But locking them up for it? I don't know. We got to solve some problems sometimes, y'all. What do you think is the answer? If I owe back child support, I'm not paying, but I'm still out here living my best life, or what appears to be my best life, and I'm working, but I'm refusing to pay this child support. What should be done? Because a lot of them, when you're the everyday person, they try to dodge the working with it's legit work so that it doesn't get pulled right out of their check. I don't know what the answer is. And maybe, because these people are avoiding it, you ain't got no choice but to lock them up. I'm not quite sure what the answer is. I do know, though, if you owe child support and it is legally within the courts, what they will do is they will, they will take your tax return if you're scheduled to get one to pay that back child support. But I just don't know if locking them up is the answer. But we'll talk about it. Listen, people, I done talked enough. You know what time it is. I need a what in the chat. I need a choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. It is Thursday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about. The title is called Justice. We got the cop doing the Zoom in his undies. We got the judge lying about her credentials, about the robbery. And I was questioning how Wendy and Eddie Osefo from the Real Housewives of Potomac could be lying, and she got her PhD and he has his law degree. But listen, now the judge lying. I guess this is what just people do, okay? And then we got Eddie Winslow, I think his character name was on Family Matters, in trouble again. Let me bring the people on in. Hey, Wayne.
Hey, Diva.
Hey, in my opinion.
Hey, Diva, choo-choo.
Hey, Julius. Hey, Callie.
Hey,
Hey,
y'all, hit the like button for the diva.
All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into this cop who appeared via Zoom for the court appearance. So a lot of times when a cop pulls you over for a ticket and you have to go to court, that cop needs to show up in the courthouse that day also. Okay. So they was allowed to do via Zoom. And I don't know if he didn't think to adjust his camera, figure his life out before he did the Zoom. He had his uniform up top, and he was in his underwear, no pants on. I mean, sometimes I don't understand people, but let's get into this. Let me see. Let's do this one first.
Police officers, they're just like the rest of us. They put their pants on one leg at a time.
Or at least they're supposed to. One officer is now in trouble for taking part in a hearing via Zoom, pantless. We get down to the bare details tonight with Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack. She's live in Southfield. And Jess, I mean, this has been getting national headlines because the audacity for someone to do this.
Yeah, you know, when TMZ picks it up, then you're pretty much cooked. I hope this officer has some thick skin because the jokes out there are absolutely relentless. Now, this all happened in Judge Sean Perkins' courtroom. He's a judge at 36th District Court here in Detroit. I've been following him for a while. This is not the first time he has gone viral. I don't know what it is, but he has a knack for some of the craziest things that I've ever seen. Take a look.
Put your appearance on the record, please.
Yes, Officer Jackson, badge number 3919, out of the 12th precinct.
You got some pants on, officer?
Sir, they're in the... No, sir.
It's his demeanor for me, those looks.
Listen, that when he was shocked yesterday. I mean, when he, you know, a lot of judges aren't really prepared to ask a man, "Are you wearing pants?"
Yep. That happened in Judge Sean Perkins' courtroom this week. Stunned, but not skipping a beat.
Okay, Ms. Lee.
It was definitely a Perkins look.
Head judge over at 36th District told us Perkins has that patented look often. Remember Peanut Butter and Jelly Mom?
Put whatever you're trying to prepare down.
I'm going to be my daughter.
Who was also in a robe.
You gotta put your properly dressed on.
I am properly dressed. I have on a t-shirt. I am properly dressed.
Is that a robe?
The judge getting spicy this summer with another woman.
It's some bullshit. It's just crazy.
All right. Okay, now you're coming down to the courthouse, all right? We're gonna show you some bullshit.
Something about his courtroom where he gets some real wild situations. What is it about that courtroom?
Yeah, that's when I contacted them this morning, and I have a different joke every time I reach out to them when there's something that I see on the news.
You got some pants on, officer?
Sir, they're in the... No, sir.
The Detroit police officer quickly changed the angle and the case went on. Judge Perkins says this officer is actually one of the best. Sounds like he was having an off day, a pants off day.
When you turn your camera on, you have to be in the proper attire. You have to be in a position ready to conduct your business.
That judge could have his own reality show. Now we got to get serious for just a minute. Detroit police, they did release a statement. Let's take a look at that. Specifically, Chief Todd Bettison saying the involved officers' actions are not representative of the professionalism of this department and will be appropriately addressed to maintain the public confidence and efficient operation of this department. So it's unclear if there will be any discipline levied at all. Now, Judge McConaughey, he's the head judge over at 36th District Court. He said, you can't be driving in Zoom court. They've had that before, too. And you have to wear clothes. Reporting downtown Detroit, Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, I mean, Jess, it's been a minute since COVID has come and gone. And that's when the Zoom stuff really started kind of taking off. Isn't it time that people get back into the courtroom? If judges and juries are required to be present in the courtroom and sworn in, shouldn't defendants?
Yeah, this is a conversation I've had with law enforcement, with the prosecutor's office. I don't really understand, and there's not really a good answer that's ever been given as to why, but I don't see this whole Zoom era going away anytime soon. And remember, Roop, this is all streamed on YouTube where we can pick it up, and it really lives forever on the internet.
Yeah, harder to be pantless or with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich sitting in a courtroom than it is in your house. So, we'll see. All right.
Very true.
Jessica Dupnack for us live tonight. Thanks.
All right, let me show you just another one with that. Hold on one second. Gives you a little bit more with the peanut butter.
Morning, please, Honorable Court. Tanisha Reed on behalf of Nikisha Lee, who is present via Zoom.
Ms. Lee, good morning to you. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nikisha Lee.
Day, date, and time set for a trial is Officer Jackson here. He was.
I think he might be in the breakout room.
I'll pull him out. All right. Ms. Lee, my understanding, you want to bail yourself to the offer?
Yes.
All right, raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Put your hand down. Officer Jackson, good morning to you. Can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Yes, Officer Jackson, badge number 3919, out of the 12th precinct.
All right.
He got an Oscar camera, Judge.
You got some pants on, officer?
Sir, they're in the. No, sir.
And why are you so late?
Because I have a paper right here that shows my court started at 1 o'clock, but then when I called, right here.
It looks like I saw 9 a.m.
I had 1 o'clock on one of those papers.
You just showed me a paper, Ms. Outerbridge. That
yes,
said
I did. Right. So when I called,
no, we can't talk at the same time.
Well, I apologize for being late. Excuse me.
Stop.
Are
you
asked me a question. I'm just
trying
to answer it.
I know. Put whatever you're trying to prepare down.
I'm trying to see my daughter.
Get your clothes. You gotta put your properly dressed on.
I am properly dressed. I have on a t-shirt. I am properly dressed.
Is that a robe?
It's the problem, sir. I'm not even doing that to you. Ask me a question. I'm answering. My daughter is sick. I had to keep her home from school. I'm just trying to feed her. That is it.
Understandable, but you're in court.
Ms. Outerbridge, I'm sorry that your daughter is sick. But again, you're in court, okay? And we're going to treat it as such. I asked you.
I'm properly dressed.
No, don't talk.
I have on clothes. I have on clothes. I have on clothes.
Fine, Ms. Outerbridge.
I have on clothes. What?
Okay, let me share screen again. So cop goes viral for making virtual court appearance without pants. Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? So he was going undercover. Detroit police officer appeared for a virtual court hearing wearing the top half of his uniform, but no pants on. Officer Matthew Jackson introduced himself to the virtual district courtroom on October the 27th with nothing below the waist but a pair of underwear, eliciting a question from the judge not often heard in court. Now viral video of the proceedings shows. You got some pants on, officer? Judge Sean Perkins asks. No, sir, Jackson confesses before moving the camera up so his lower half was no longer in frame. They're hearing about a woman accused of drag racing and disorderly conduct, then proceeded as if nothing happened, according to the Detroit News. Attorney Tanisha Reed who was representing the defendant at the hearing, couldn't believe what she was seeing and interjected to call attention to the officer's shocking lack of clothing. I was trying to figure it out. Like, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? Especially with a police officer. So it was interesting day, to say the least, Reed said. I said, Judge, he needs to alter his camera. And that's when the judge said, oh, Reed added, the Detroit Police Department said it is investigating and plans to remind officers about proper court etiquette in attire. Perkins was stunned. Obviously, his boss, 36 District Court Chief Judge William, said he was shocked. Officer Jackson is a person he's known. Perkins said he ultimately decided to keep the court proceedings going because he knows Jackson to have always been a very professional police officer, according to the chief judge. He's always been very courteous to citizens, and that's why it's a little bit stunning, the judge said. Detroit Police Chief Todd said that his officers are required to represent themselves in a dignified and professional manner while attending court proceedings. The involved officers' actions are not representative of the professionalism of this department and will be appropriately addressed to maintain the public's confidence and efficient operation of this department, he said, and apologize to all those who were attending the hearing. Woo-wee. Wayne, your thoughts?
You know, I think this was an innocent mistake. This shouldn't have no bearing on the police department as how they operate. The only embarrassment should be is to him. You know, he just made a simple mistake. He forgot he didn't have no pants on, and where the camera was adjusted at. I don't think he did it on purpose or anything. I think he sat up there. He was all comfortable. He just didn't know. Just didn't realize it. So I don't think no punishment or nothing. Just a little letter of whatever they want to reprimand or whatever. But other than that, this is nothing. I'm done.
Thank you. Opinion, your thoughts?
While it is funny, I think so. He kept trying to say where his pants was. I'm under the assumption he probably was washing at the time, and they probably was in the dryer, and he just didn't want to say they was in the dryer. But he was late to court, so that was a lot of it too. You know what I'm saying? Because they called him the first time and he wasn't on there, so he probably was late because he wasn't fully dressed. Pretty sure he forgot, just like that other girl forgot what time her court date was too. But I do think there needs to be some level of accountability though when we come as officials. And when I say officials, lawyers, judges, all these people need to always know that what their camera's pointing at, because it could have went completely wrong had somebody saw something they weren't supposed to see.
Mm-hmm.
It could have went wrong, and with stuff being aired on social media like it is now, we have to be more cognizant of what we do. So while I don't want this man to lose his job over it, he should have some consequences for him showing up and not being accountable of where the camera was pointing at the time.
I agree, 100%. Katrina, your thoughts?
Hello, Diva. Hello, panel. Head chat. Why should he get the grace and the young girl didn't get no grace? She had on pants. But you busting at this girl, but you're not busting at your cop, and he has more authority than she does.
Well,
but you're not busting at her. You're not busting at him the way you was talking to her. I would think that she got reprimanded way better than that girl did. So I mean, yeah, it was an honest mistake. But think about it, if it was us, we would have got a ticket for indecent exposure. So I'm not saying that he didn't make no mistake or whatever. But he knew he was going to court. He could have put on a pair of blue jeans or whatsoever. He ain't had nothing on. So maybe he just got to bed with his woman. I don't know, allegedly. I'm just saying. But anyway, like I said, he was more focusing on this girl, but he wasn't focusing on this man. And she was dressed more than he was. So we'll see what happened with him. That's all I got.
Thank you. Callie, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing. I feel like what's happening is that people are trying to multitask because they're having an off day. Instead of, in reality, if they weren't able to try to do the Zoom thing, they just wouldn't show up. So, yeah, because you don't know what's going on in the course of someone's day. Sometimes you just have that off day where you get stuck in traffic, your kid is sick, or whatever happens, and you just can't make it somewhere. I've known several people that have gone to court for tickets and stuff, and the cop didn't show up. So, but I feel like what's happening with this Zoom stuff, people think they could just show up halfway. And if you can't make it, you just can't make it, and you just got to deal with the consequences. But you not having pants on, even if he just had regular black pants on, maybe something happened to his uniform pants. I felt like what happened with him, he forgot about this court date. And he wasn't ready. He wasn't dressed. He probably was getting dressed to go to his shift and already running late. And he should have just missed it. And see, this is my problem that I have, because I guess some of it has to do with me living in Los Angeles. People use this as an excuse to get rid of Zoom. But Zoom saves so much resources. For me to get in my car and drive all the way to downtown Los Angeles to go to court for whatever reason, that's over an hour drive just because of traffic for me. And then I got to pay $20, $25 to park my car. So somebody will use something like this and say, this is why we need to get rid of the Zoom and make everyone come in, not thinking about the logistics and the resources that are being wasted by people sitting in traffic for hours and hours just because some people don't know how to act. So that is why stuff like this really bothers me, because you have people, and most of them have jobs where they can't Zoom in. They're the main ones that saying, oh, they just need to get rid of it all because he should have been, and look, I know this judge, he's a lot more fair than me. I probably would be holding people in contempt of court. And as far as that girl, she was not dressed to come to court. You're supposed to be dressed. You're supposed to have your slacks or your skirt on with the blouse. Like you are going to court and be in a quiet corner. You are in court. And she just tried to act like she just didn't get it. But this cop, I mean, what can they really do to him? It's up to the judge. If the judge didn't hold them in contempt of court, what can anybody else do? Nothing but embarrass him. And this man looks like he's in his 50s doing this foolishness.
It was, I think it was, I'm gonna be nice and just say I think it was a lot more going on with him. And then too, if you're not going to dress appropriately, then you need to come in the meeting early and turn on your camera and situate it so you see that whatever is in your frame, that's what you want in your frame.
I think he should have just missed it. I think he should have just not showed up.
Because if he would have missed it, I think they could have ended up throwing her thing out, and she was drag racing.
That's what I'm saying. This is a person, you're involved in a case that could send someone to jail, and you're not taking it seriously. This don't show up.
I want him to show up, but I just think it was a mess. Yeah, he might have overslept. Yeah, I think he might have overslept. Yeah. Julius, your thoughts?
Well, they both should have been in proper attire. She should have had on proper clothes. You could have had on some pants and a nice shirt. You didn't have to necessarily put on a dress. And you could have been making your daughter a sandwich. He probably wouldn't have had chastised her the way that he was if she didn't have on what she had on.
And well, she was getting sassy with him too, though. And she could have got up earlier and made her daughter a sandwich and got her sister.
I absolutely
and got that little girl.
I absolutely agree. And by watching the video, his voice was calm. He was like, ma'am, we sent you a summons to appear for 9 a.m. But my sympathy for her went out the window when she tried to use her baby as an scapegoat. And he's like, ma'am, I'm sorry that your daughter is sick, but you know very well you was notified You should have had on the proper apparel and you should have been ready, period. Now, I know the officer is going to get reprimanded. That's coming. You are an officer of the law. You know better. Yeah.
All right. Hold on one second. Tara, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel. Much love. Always supporting the Diva with the finances. I appreciate you. Thank you. Katrina, your thought. I'm sorry. I went to Katrina already. I got thrown off a little bit.
Yeah, I did, girl. I did mine already.
Yeah, you did. So we're gonna go ahead and roll into the next story. Ching, I'm not letting you in because I can't let in a perfect stranger unless you show me your face. Because we've been having a lot of problems. Show me your face, and then I can let you up. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll into the next story. The next story I'm gonna do this Darius McCrary, who seems to always be getting into something. Let me share screen. So Family Matters, Darius McCrary, new mugshot in Michigan. So that's his new mugshot there. Family Matters star Darius McCrary has officially landed in a Michigan jail after being extradited from California. And here's his fresh mugshot. According to online records, the former sitcom actor was booked into Oakland County Jail near the Detroit metro area on Wednesday night. In the new photo, Darius is seen in a blue jumpsuit, staring blankly into the camera. What's interesting is Darius has the chance to post bond, something he wouldn't do while he was held in San Diego. The bond has been set at $18,968.32 for failure to pay child support and absconding or forfeiting bond. The arrest warrant obtained by TMZ shows the judge signed off on taking him into custody back in August, saying Darius failed to appear in court to explain why he shouldn't be in contempt. That was him, 1997, Better Days, when he was on the show Family Matters. As of now, we're told the actor remains in jail. Let's take a listen to this.
Mr. McCrary, did you have any objections, sir, to the media request? You indicated that you did, that you had an objection, and the court indicated that its tentative was to grant the request for media coverage. Did you wish to put that on the record or no?
Yes, I mean, I'd like to put it on the record, only because I have other children than my 18-year-old son, which this matter is involving.
Okay, but only as it relates to the media request.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure that my other children weren't in the media if I mentioned their names or if it comes up in if it comes up in the proceedings.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please do so.
I wanted to call attention to the emergency motion that I filed.
This is sad.
Based on the fact that the 50th district has completely continued to violate all of my rights, my 4th, my 5th, my 14th Amendment, my right to due process is constantly trampled. And I've figured out why, because under due process clause of the 14th Amendment, personal judgment is void if rendered by the court, which has no jurisdiction over the defendant. That's Penmore versus Neff, 95 US 714 24L ED 565. And Michigan has no jurisdiction. Before we proceed, we need to establish jurisdiction. It's imperative that we establish jurisdiction. Your Honor, I'd like to also say I'm here in special appearance.
Special appearance for who?
I'm here on special appearance.
Sir, who are you specially appearing for?
I'm specially appearing for Darius McCrary. I'm here pro per special appearance.
And when you say you were here pro per and special appearance, who are you?
I'm an authorized signatory thereof of the estate and the executor of the estate.
Who's the estate?
The McCrary estate.
And your name is?
Darius. I'm the authorized signatory thereof, Darius McCrary.
Oh my God. He needs help badly. So TMZ broke the story earlier this month. Darius was detained by U.S. Customs and Border Protection while entering the United States from Mexico and has been behind bars for the past several weeks. That was just terrible. It seems like he needs a lot of help. I don't know what was going on there. Wayne?
I don't know either. He doesn't. It sounded like he didn't know who he was.
Oh God.
I'm trying to figure out. Not only that, how you go from where you were. I mean, nobody looked out for this young. Maybe they did. Maybe he just, squandered his money or something. I don't know. But to have these kind of problems, and you was a, popular TV star, it's unfortunate, but I guess it doesn't really matter, Money talks.
In my opinion, your thoughts?
So I got a lot of thoughts. I'm trying to figure out how to put them together. First of all, he needed a lawyer. Because he had the codes down pat, but his delivery was lackluster. I was confused. It seemed like he was trying to talk as his lawyer. He put himself in third person.
Yes.
And it was confusing as all get out. And he kept saying he was the signee of the Darius McCrary. I was like, you is Darius. And when the judge asked him what his name was, he went back to he was the signee, the authorized signee of it. And I was like, that's not what she asked you. I think he may have had the substance problem.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
Some mental issues because he doesn't feel like he's all the way there. And let's be clear, his acting career has not went very far since the 90s. So that money is already gone. I just feel like this is sad to see this man who had a great career ahead of him fall this far, and to see him like this in this state, it was just really sad to see. I'm gonna pray for him. Hope he get everything together. We do got to do something about these people paying their child support better, because let me tell you something. First of all, locking them up ain't gonna get you the money, because once they pay you whatever their back pay is and they get out, they ain't got no job no more. They done lost the job that they had.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be right back in the same boat. We do got to figure out a better way. I don't know what that is either, but we got to figure out a better way than locking them up, because locking somebody up ain't never been the way to get some more money from them, because you can't earn it in jail. So I don't know.
Thank you. Katrina, your thoughts?
If he go to jail, he can work. He'll make 3 cents a day, or go up to fire country. But like y'all said, it's sad. I remember seeing him. I used to love watching Family Matters, and especially it was an episode with him and Tracy Spencer were singing with each other, and his voice was just outstanding. And also, it's something about these young kids being stars and stuff. I don't know, it's too much fame, too much publicity or something, because I knew he went with Kareen Steffens, and he hasn't been the same after he left her. And then he went with this other transgender person. I think he paid for paid for the reassignment surgery. Okay, but anyway, and the little sister that played on there, she was doing porn. Corn. Sorry, Diva. She was doing corn. it's just so much. These people better keep their kids protected and let them get this fast money as they do. And when you getting this money like that, and they have people that always going to be a yes man or a yes woman, and they're not looking out for the best interest of these kids. They just let them go astray. And I know he's grown, but I think they just need to monitor these kids' money and stuff, because when they getting that money that quick and fast, they're gonna blow it. And it's sad that he's going this route. It really is, because he was, like I said, he was a good actor on Family Matters. I just pray for him. And then, like you said, even locking these people up in jail, the only person that's getting paid is the judge and the people at the jail. So why lock them up? If I ain't got the money, how I'm gonna get the money if I'm locked up? So you just got me sent down here for nothing. I'm not, well, you getting paid off me, but sitting down there. But I'm just saying, how I'm gonna get you the money if I'm locked up? Be for real. If I had it, I would have paid it. Now I'm not saying that he didn't have it. I'm just saying if he had it, maybe he would have paid it. But locking somebody up to make them pay child support, that's never gonna work. Because they're not gonna get the money. That's just a waste of time, really and truly. But good luck to him, and we'll see how it goes. That's all I got.
Thank you, Callie. Your thoughts?
Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, has he done anything outside of Family Matters?
If he has, I can't.
Yeah, I don't think so. So I don't think that he, as an adult, pursued an acting career. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't. I don't know what this dude has been doing. I've heard stories about this dude being weird for many years. Like not just through the media, through my own personal life, because I know people that know him. This dude is real weird. He's just off. And a lot of these people, we think it's like, oh, the industry, they couldn't make it. And then when you meet these people, you're like, no wonder ain't nobody hiring you. I wouldn't hire you. So you know what I mean? Because typically with that industry, once your foot is in the door, you're in the door. A lot of times it's the personality that messes it up and the reason why they don't continue to get jobs. So I don't know what's been going on with this dude, but I do know he needs to take care of his kids. And I don't think anything good comes to you in life if you don't take care of your children.
Well, then there's that. Hello. Thank you,
Yeah.
Cal.
Yeah, and I don't know what the solution is, because there are some people that are so egregiously just not paying child support,
right,
that they do need to go to jail. I think it needs to be on a case-by-case basis, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that it does need to be evaluated. Like, what is this person's actual financial situation, and why are they in this financial situation? But there are some people that are just bitter. They're mad the relationship didn't work out, and they want to take it out on the kid, or they want to move on to a new relationship and act like they don't have no kid. The life doesn't work that way. Or they want to say, well, I didn't want the kid. I'm like, well, then why were you getting someone pregnant? Like, there also needs to be more in society as a whole to communicate to men from a young age that if you don't want kids, you need to either abstain or use some protection and make sure you don't impregnate anyone. You don't get to get somebody pregnant and say, oh, no, I don't want the kid. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. And I think that's honestly, that is not being communicated to men at all. It's being communicated to men that the woman is wrong for having the kid. It's like this weird warp-sided thing. You can't control whether or not somebody else wants a kid, but you can control what you want and what you do with your body. But yeah, I do think that some of these people do need to go to jail. I really do. I think that there are some people who are just being vindictive, and it's not a financial problem. There are some people who are just being vindictive. There are some, like here, child support goes based on your income. We have talked about cases where you have these men that are multi-millionaires, but because they don't want to see the ex-girlfriend living well, they want to give her $2,000 a month. Well, California don't work that way. That California child support is a percentage of your income.
No, I get it. No,
yeah.
And that's why we got to have these conversations, because when you hear the other side, I totally get it. It's a mixed bag, right? It's a shame. I don't. Yeah, it's a rough conversation to have, but I do understand your point of view. Julius, your thoughts?
He sounded completely just bonkers to me.
Yeah.
And I know that he's been off, and I understand he's been on the substances. It's been in the articles about that. And the last role I really seen him in was Kingdom Come in like 2001. Now we know that was like 24 years ago. That was like the last movie I seen him in. Yeah, I mean, it's sad that he has taken this much of a fall from grace.
Mm-hmm.
He should have put a condom on if he didn't want to pay the child support.
I think at this point though, it's more that he just straight up doesn't have it.
Yeah.
He said that but he doesn't have it because he did some reckless spending too. Whether he spent it on other women, men, whatever, he spent his money recklessly, and he didn't put his money where he should have been putting his money. So now he's locked up. But in addition to that, to me, the way he was talking, everything ain't right.
Diva, if you Google him, he's done other things. The last movie he did was Christmas in Carolina 2020.
Okay.
So he's been doing other things.
Well, he has some
nothing
things.
really,
Yeah.
popped, I don't think, for him, but he has been doing other things,
Yeah, he got a little something going on
He
here.
a big Lifetime movie person too. He be on a lot of Lifetime movies, playing them abusive roles, but nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, you know what though, but here's the thing: when you know that you owe money, even if it's not things that are in the industry, you got to do like the guy from the Cosby Show. You got to go work at Target, Walmart, or whatever. You have to do something. So, because if you're showing good faith that you're trying to pay this bill, they're not going to lock you up. But if you just straight up ignoring the bill, then you're going to get locked up. It's sad. So anyway, we're going to go ahead.
Before you move on and ask this question, I thought when they do like reruns of these shows, I thought they get residuals from that. They don't get that no more.
They do, but it depends on it. It depends. Sometimes people said they get residual checks that be pennies, literally pennies. So I don't know. It depends on the deal that was made when the show was happening. It depends on a lot now. But it's funny how syndication, but it also depends on who you are, right? Because the people from Friends said they still living off that money. The show Friends, and not the black show Friends.
Exactly. They
yeah. So it's just, it all depends on what type of deals. See, and the other thing is too, I'll never forget the Friends. They all at one point in their career, they all negotiated together that they all would get $1 million an episode. See, that's a whole nother conversation for another day. How we simply don't stick together. We don't fight together to rise up to the top. If they gave me my money I was asking for, they didn't give you, I'm like, oh, well, about Katrina, I got mine. So it's a whole lot of things. Yeah, the Friend cast got $10 million in royalties just in the USA alone. See? Crazy. So, and the Huxtables, what happened with the Cosby Show is, which was so unfair, is that once the Cosby Show happened, they pulled that show from syndication and everything. And it was unfair to all of the other actors and actresses. It was very unfair.
Yeah, because I think the people that still living on Good Times, I think they still get their residuals from the reruns.
Yeah. Frazier back on, yeah, and he got his wife. It's not just another woman, it's his wife at 70. And that's a whole nother story too. I digress and I'll move on. I just feel like when you having a child at 70, how fair is it to the kid? How fair is it to the kid? Now,
They
his
don't
wife is
care.
much younger. His wife is much younger, but still, how fair is that to the kids? Yeah, they lost their royalties for years on Cosby because of him. It's sad, and I don't think that should have happened. But let me roll into this last story, and this last story is a judge, telling lies. Let me see. Do I have her? I do have her thing here. Let's take a listen.
That the OSC or the commission makes lightly, but in this case, it is completely appropriate.
A harsh punishment recommended for a Baton Rouge judge. From the WBRC investigative unit tonight, the Judicial Commission pleading their case to the state Supreme Court for the removal of 19th JDC Judge Tiffany Foxworth Roberts.
The commission claims the judge has a pervasive pattern of lying and is a danger to the judiciary. As the lawyer in that clip said, a request for the removal of a judge is a rare move. So how did Foxworth Roberts get to that point? The investigative unit's Bess Casterly dives into the two central issues which may cost the judge her robes.
That's right, Sylvia. Michael, the WBRZ investigative unit has pored over the evidence the commission used to make their recommendation to remove Judge Foxworth Roberts, and some of it's being broadcast for the first time tonight.
But has she ever said to the commission or to anybody else in a formal setting, I am sorry for this behavior, I'm sorry for the misrepresentations, and I will never do it again?
She has most definitely.
We've heard a lot of explanations this morning, but I haven't heard any remorse.
Supreme Court Justice McCollum not holding back as he and his fellow justices will decide if Judge Tiffany Foxworth Roberts remains on the bench.
I'm not saying that she lied. I'm saying that
she stretched the truth. This is the complaint that launched the investigation into Foxworth Roberts 4 years ago. It was sent anonymously in May of 2021 by someone who said they, quote, sat by and watched her conduct bring disrepute to the judiciary for over a year. The 4-page letter mentions how the complainant says she lied to police when she reported a car burglary in 2020. This is where the problems for the judge began, in the Sherwood Forest neighborhood, when she says her car was burglarized while she was campaigning in February of 2020. Now, despite being a criminal attorney and knowing the law well, the judge moved her car from the scene of the crime to her home. According to the OSC report, Judge Foxworth Roberts never clarified to police that the burglary, in which she claims more than $40,000 worth of jewelry was taken, didn't happen in her driveway.
Hey, how you doing? What's going on?
In fact, in the responding BRPD officer's body cam footage recorded outside her home, you could hear Foxworth Roberts tell him,
everyone was here. We were all out campaigning. I came back here. The cars are parked like this. And well, he just got here, so his car wasn't here. When we came back, that door, that passenger side door was open.
Okay.
The glove compartment was open, and the car was ramshacked.
Later, the officer says,
the incident tied to vehicle burglary, and your incident, or the incident address is your house. All right. If you line up, notice anything else missing, just give us a call back.
And she doesn't correct him.
I have the compassion to make sure that there is equity and justice in what can sometimes be an unjust court system.
The very next day at a campaign event, this video shows Foxworth Roberts talking about the ordeal, mischaracterizing it as a robbery.
I was victimized. I was robbed in Sherwood Forest out campaigning. So, and I'm still here today. That's how committed I am and proactive I am to take this community forward. Thank you.
She's been under attack.
Editor of the Central City News, Woody Jenkins, would later give his endorsement of Foxworth Roberts in his paper, where he wrote the judge was attacked and robbed. Jenkins was also involved in the other issue Foxworth Roberts may lose her job over.
I am an Army veteran. I served 14 years through 3 wars, Desert Storm, Iraq, Afghanistan.
Misrepresenting her military service.
If there's any mistakes in there, I'm responsible, not her, because she just said, hey, do an ad for my campaign.
Jenkins ran ads for the judge promoting her time in the military, referring to her as captain. The ads also claim she served during Desert Storm, the Gulf War, and in Iraq and Afghanistan. However, after reviewing her military records that Foxworth Roberts at first refused to provide to investigators,
I served 14 years through 3 wars.
they determined she was only 16 years old during Operation Desert Storm and that she was never deployed to Iraq or Afghanistan, nor was she ever in any combat zone. The highest rank she achieved was first lieutenant. In the Judiciary Commission's final report given to the Supreme Court, they said, quote, "It is rarely an easy decision for the Judiciary Commission to seek the removal of a judge. However, given the totality of the misconduct that the commission found to be proven by clear and convincing evidence to protect the public and its confidence in the integrity of the judiciary and to purge the judiciary of any taint of disrepute, the commission is compelled to recommend the removal of Judge Foxworth Roberts from office."
Now, it could take a month or so for the justices to render an opinion. They'll decide what punishment, if any, is appropriate for the judge. Michael, Sylvia.
I mean, what a disgrace. You done did all that studying. Now you a whole lying judge. This is insane. And now they want to kick you off your post. But she deserves it. Judge faces removal over alleged lies about military service in the robbery. New Orleans, the Louisiana Supreme Court heard arguments Tuesday on whether Judge Tiffany Foxworth Roberts should be removed from the bench after the Judiciary Committee recommended disrobing her. Foxworth Roberts, elected in 2020 to the 19th Judicial District Court bench of each Baton Rouge parish, was not in court but was represented by counsel during a hearing where the Judiciary Committee presented its case for her removal. If you don't even got the respect to come up in the court while we about to remove you, then I vote she should be definitely removed. The judge is accused of lying about her military service and allegedly misleading police about a car burglary. According to the investigation, she told police her car was broken into in her driveway when the burglary actually occurred 3 miles from her home. The incident happened in 2020 when she was campaigning her position. Michelle Beatty, special counsel for the Judiciary Committee, told the justices that Foxworth Roberts corrupted the judicial process through dishonesty. You corrupt the process when you're not truthful with an entity charged with making sure that judges are meeting the ethical standards, the high ethical standards that we expect judges to meet, Betty said. Betty said Foxworth Roberts doubled down on the lies and showed a pattern of being dishonest. Justice questions punishment disparity. Justice Jay questioned why the Judiciary Committee wants Foxworth Roberts removed, referencing Judge Ebony Johnson Rose misconduct case. Johnson Rose found someone guilty of a crime that didn't exist and made other missteps on the bench, but received different treatment. Now, how you going to find somebody guilty of a crime and they don't even exist? This whole thing needs to be revamped. That judge coming out of the same judicial district, I might add, got an 8-month paid vacation. How do we reconcile two things? Did y'all just wake up or something or what? He said. Betty said Foxworth Roberts wasn't cooperating, which the committee noted. He suggested that the lack of cooperation influenced the recommended punishment. Every case is different. Every case is going to have a different set of facts. Every case is going to have a different level of cooperation from the respondent, Judge, Betty said. So you can't be incompetent and you can be incompetent and cooperate and everything's forgiven, he responded. I don't think everything was forgiven in that case, Betty said. Well, that's a difference of opinion, he said. Justice K. Cole said the issue wasn't the original misconduct, but the cover-up, noting that Foxworth Roberts should have clarified her military rank when asked under oath. We're not talking about a person off the street. This is a lawyer and a judge, and they're being asked a question twice. You were in the Army, and you were a captain. I would think any rational person would correct them, knowing that that's untrue, Cole said. Steve Irving, the lawyer representing Foxworth Roberts, said attempts to remove her from the bench are extreme. This is a case with a lot of summary conclusions, and the details show this is not a removal case, he said. Should the judge be removed or not, Wayne?
You know, All I can say is, if this is true, she's a liar and a thief, and the truth ain't in her.
Good gosh.
And this job, that's the main thing you need, is the truth. You have to be ethical. Normally, I would have said, well, others, have done this and whatever. The police officers, they didn't beat people, and still on. But unfortunately, she's the judge. She would be making, determination on people's lives.
Come on now.
And at this level, you can't do that. She can't be trusted. I mean, these people, you kind of trust that, they're professional. You take their advice. You believe what they say. And you believe they would act in the best interest at that time. So how can you trust that she has somebody up in front of her and she judges them in a way like, yeah, I don't like what they did, and they innocent, but I don't like the way. So somebody at this level, no, she has to be. This is not a job for her. This is not a job for her. So she got to go.
She got to go. In my opinion, your thoughts?
When we look at our justice system, we talk about how how people are doing unethical things in our justice system. She is one of those glaring objects of what's going wrong in our justice system. We can't allowing people to do wrong and then say, well, somebody else is doing it too. No, we need to get all of them out that's doing it, because our justice system is never going to be judged when the people that we're putting in positions to judge don't have the good judgment to do the right thing either. This is when the lines get blurred, because they don't have ethical background. They can't think ethically and even judge correctly because they are all messed up and everything. She probably let so many people off on technicalities or have unjustly put people in wrongly because her views have been tainted. She feels like it's okay to go out here and steal because that's what you're doing. When you try to rob the insurance company, you're stealing. Who the heck leaves $40,000 worth of jewelry in their driveway? You can't make that up. This is just, and she's saying stuff that makes no sense. It was no reason for her to lie about her military background. Good enough that you was already in the military. Why did you have to make up this story about you being in a war that you were never in? That makes no sense. It was not going to get you no more grace, no more upstanding in the court. It's just unnecessary lies. And this is the reason why our justice system need to be tweaked. Just like we have to put everybody else through the background checks and mental, we need to start doing it with our lawyers and our judges too, because our justice system has been wrecked.
They want her gone and disbarred. Okay, come on now. Katrina, your thoughts?
Listen, this so stupid, but the people that elected her didn't see her age when she was saying that she was in these wars. So y'all elected this woman knowing there's no way she could have been that age if she said she was in the Afghanistan war at that period of time, because that was back in in the late 80s, early 80s, early 90s. But she probably did get robbed because she was in the Sherwood Forest, and wasn't that where what's his man name, Robin Hood and the Merry Thieves? Then when her car parked in the Sherwood Forest. So she probably got robbed by Robin Hood and the Merry Thieves. But no, I'm just being silly right now. But no, she how can you judge somebody when your hands ain't clean? And I'm not saying that people coming to her, I don't know what type of judge she is, a criminal, whatever, but how can you judge somebody else when your hands ain't clean? So the same grace that you want these people to give you, maybe you should give the same grace to your people that come in front of you. This is a messed up thing. Yeah, she has blurred the lines because people, like I said, but they was the one that elected her because there's no way when she said that she was in all those wars, nobody looked it up, and she got elected. So the whole little town is just full of crap, if you ask me. But I hope Robin Hood bring her back a jury. That's all I got.
Callie, your thoughts?
Well, this is another example of the Louisiana politician to prison pipeline that they have going on there. This is very typical. This does not shock me at all. This is just another Tuesday. Most of the politicians in Louisiana end up in jail.
Jeez.
So, seriously, this is no joke. Governor Edwards went to jail. Mayor Nagin went to jail. The current mayor of New Orleans is being indicted. Now we got this woman. We had some other racist white lady, clear lady judge that went to jail. This has been since I was a kid. About once or twice a year, we have some politician that goes to jail or something or does something illegal. This is corrupt as I don't know what. Now, I'm gonna say this: I do not believe that is the only thing that woman lied about. To me, your character is your character, and she most likely paid and plagiarized her way through school to be an attorney in the first place. There is no way in the world you're gonna tell me you just lied about this one thing, but you actually studied hard through all these years of college. But you just lied about this one thing. No. Typically, if this is your character, this is your character. And not only that, I was just looking at a clip with Vicki Gundelson and Carlos King, and Vicki has worked in insurance for decades. And she said that typically most people don't even have itemized items on an insurance policy unless they're getting the policy with the intent to commit fraud. She said that she has 2 itemized items on her insurance policy. One of them is a Rolex and one of them was some other item.
I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah. So typically most people don't even have a policy that would even cover 40 items unless they were intending to in the future do something like this. So this lady is full of crap. I'm sure if people keep watching her, they're gonna catch her doing something else or having done something else. This lady is a whole scammer.
Well, then is that. Julius, your thoughts?
She a lie, Hot Bow. She a lie. There's no telling how many lies she done told. Don't send her to the juke joint, Hot Bow. She need an answer why she was dishonest and playing with your vote, Hot Bow. That's it.
Yeah, with her, the fact that she wouldn't even show up to answer and just sent her lawyer, I do think that's disrespectful and problematic also. So I hear them, they arguing about the other criminal people that were still there. But listen, at the end of the day, we're dealing with you in your case, and sorry but not sorry. You're gonna get derobed, they called it. Okay, she's gonna get derobed. Listen, guys, I appreciate y'all for being here. I think the cop, he made a misstep, didn't put on his pants, didn't adjust his camera right. I don't think he should have to be suspended or anything like that. I think at this point he will never ever do that again, and if he does, he's a fool. Judge Tiffany Foxworth Roberts, I think you get an F. You lost your good job, okay? And Darius McCrary, I hope he gets the help that he needs. Listen, guys, y'all know the routine. If you didn't hit that button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out. I'll see you Friday night for Trending Topics Halloween. Good night and goodbye, everybody. Choo choo.
Choo choo.
Choo choo.